Hello my crafty friends, welcome back to Cardz TV. Today we're going to do card number 2 in the 12 Days of Christmas card series, and I've got a new sketch for you from the Cardz TV Card Kit and Kaboodle series. This is sketch number 15, and I've got all the measurements on here for you. We're going to use this for our card today, and you can get all the sketches by going to my blog, cardstv.blogspot.com. Click on Mary's Card Sketches up at the top, and it will take you to all 15 of the sketches. You can download them to your computer and print them out and do like I did and just get one of these little photo books at the dollar store. Cut these down and slide them in, and you've got a whole book of sketches. We'll be using the Cricut Close to My Heart Flower Market cartridge. You can get this from Melanie Brown. This is an awesome cartridge, guys, and I'll have a link for Melanie's Close to My Heart site right down here. You can go over and pick this up, and you know I've already done several cards using this cartridge, but you can also use it for scrapbook pages, and I'll be doing some more cards. I love this cartridge. We're going to use a Cuttlebug folder, and this is a wood grain. We're going to use some cute little gingham ribbon. I picked this up at the dollar store. It was $1. Love the dollar store. And for our sentiment, we're going to use the Cardz TV Very Merry stamp set. I love this one. We're going to be using Sending Love at Christmas. Okay, I've got my sketch. I've got my card base and all the pieces that I've already cut in my envelope, and this is how we do the Card Kit and Kaboodle series. You go ahead, cut your card bases, you look at what you need on the sketch, cut all your pieces out, tuck them inside the envelope, and then when you need to make a card, just grab one. You're good to go. We've got a red card base today, and if we look over here, it's got the card base is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is a portrait style card. And inside I've got all my pieces. Now some of them, like I've already tied my little gingham bow. I've got my greenery cut out, and I'll show you where I got that from. And then here's my sentiment. I put that on a banner, and I will show you where to find that. That came from the Flower Market cartridge, as well as the greenery. And I've already got my pieces. Now some of them I've already cut, inked, and got them on foam tape because I wanted to save time in the video. But if we look right here, our first mat to go on our card is 4 by 5 1/4. So I cut this one by those measurements, and you can see I have already run it through that Cuttlebug wood grain embossing folder, because I want the front of my card to look like an old weathered barn door or shutter, something like that. So we're going to get this inked up in just a minute, and you can see I've already cut my other pieces. I ran them through, and I put some ink on them as well. And for that, I used my little finger dauber and some Tim Holtz antique linen distress ink, and I just love the way that made these pieces look. It's like old chipped weathered board and paint. Now for these pieces, I'll give you the measurements for them, because you can see right here these two pieces that go at the top are 1 3/4 by 3 5/8. So I've cut 2 of those. Then the piece at the bottom is 1 1/4 by 3 5/8. And when I ran it through, I had these going this way, but I was looking at some doors, and usually the cross piece runs the opposite direction. So I put all 3 pieces in at the same time, or 2 pieces, and then this one I ran it through this way, but it's going on the card like this. I hope that's not confusing, but I wanted it to have a different wood grain, you know, going in a different direction. And as I said, these are on foam tape. I'm going to go ahead and start inking this up. And then we're going to get the greenery and everything on there, and this card's going to be so cute. Now I'm just inking around these edges. But to get that weathered look, like I have on these, I'm just lightly going over it here and there. I don't want to cover the whole thing, but I do want to have just that little bit of old peeling paint and wood grain. So I'll keep going with this. I'll adhere this to the front and then these pieces, and then we'll come back and finish up this card. I'm loving the way this looks. Looks like an old weathered barn door. Okay, now we've got this greenery, and I cut this from that Cricket Close to My Heart Flower Market cartridge. I've got this piece right here, and this is from page 6, and I cut this at 1 1/4 inches, and that's going across. Then I've got this piece that curves down, and then this curves up. And I wanted to just layer them together like that to have a fuller look. And this piece is on page 18. There it is right there. And I cut this one at 2 inches. And I really like the way they look layered together like that. So I'm going to take my 2-way glue pen, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue and get these adhered together right there. And then I'll put it on the front, and I want to kind of leave the ends loose so it stands out. I've got my greenery added, and I just put my 2-way glue right here in the center just to adhere that down. Now you can see over here I've got a square, but like I always tell you with these sketches, you don't have to use a square. You can use a circle, a rectangle, a heart, an oval, or in this case I use some greenery. Or you can put a different image on there, whatever you'd like to do. Now I've got my little banner right here. This also came from the Flower Market cartridge, and that's on page 40. See how versatile this cartridge is, guys? There's so much in here. There's tons of banners, but I liked this one for that sentiment. Here we go. It's right down here. You'd hit Shift and Title and cut this out at 1 inch. And it's the perfect size. And I just curved my stamp and used some Memento Tuxedo black ink and stamped that on there. And I went around the edges with that same antique linen distress ink. And I'm going to tuck this right up under the bottom, just like that. Not too far, but I think that's good. Just about like that. And it's on foam tape. And I've already got my little gingham bow on some glue dots. And that's going to go right up there. I love it. It has such a sweet country look to it. And it was so simple, guys. You just take your sketch, cut your pieces out, get your Flower Market cartridge and get your greenery, tie a little bow, have some fun with some inking, and you've got a cute little country Christmas card. So there we go, guys. That's card number 2 in the 12 Days of Christmas card series, and we're using the Cardz TV Card Kit and Kaboodle sketch number 15. Thank you so much for coming by today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you like this card. And I will see you again soon with another one. Bye now.